Alright, well, we're back in the butcher shop today. We got a couple of deer to clean up from this last week. Things are really rolling. And perfect timing, yesterday we had some kits sent to us by New View Hunting. Couple of knife kits, and I already have one deer cut up with them, so I've gotten to use them a little bit. But this is a second kit. This is what all comes with it. So you got this knife here. So I have the one here I've been using. Actually, I kind of looked at it like, oh, it's a big knife. What am I use that for? For deboning the hindquarters and getting in there on that ball socket. This is like the perfect blade for that. It gets in there and you can kind of rock and get around. It works really nice. This one I haven't used yet, but this one for skinning would be really good. It's got the hook on the back. All these deer are already skunned, so we'll have to test that out once we get another deer that we need to skin. This one here has been pretty much the one I've been using the whole time for deboning and everything. They're super sharp when they come. So obviously, I mean, I only got one deer through it, so we'll see how it holds up after 2-3 deer, how much we touch them up. But so far, that knife's been really handy and super sharp, and I really like across all of them the handle. It's a nice big handle. A lot of knives have small handles. This handle fits me perfect. We're bigger guys, so smaller guy maybe would have a little bit, smaller grip on it. But for us, it's perfect. And I like that little flare there, help protect you, and like the ergonomics or whatever. It's really nice. This hatchet, I didn't use that yet. Maybe I will try to just use it to cut. I mean, I think I imagine it'd be just as sharp as the rest. Not really a big use for that right now, but we'll try to use that, incorporate in there somewhere. And then a sharpener. You have one for the knives and then one for scissors, because on the other side of the kit, so you have a cutting board that snaps in, which is kind of nice. Just a little handy cutting board. We have our big ones here in our... Yeah, we have more stuff in there. This would be nice though in the field for cutting up small cuts of meat and stuff. This here, we were just talking this week, so we skin our deer right after we shoot them down. We hang them in the cooler from a gambrel. And I said, boy, it'd be nice to have a meat hook to be able to grab one end in the gambrel so you're not touching the ground or whatever, and haul them up here to butcher them. So kind of cool they sent one of those in there. The only complaint about this is it's kind of hard to hold like this. If it was a T-handle that you could grab, build a hole like that to help hold, it's a little hard to carry like this. It wants to slip out. So I'd like to see it be a T-handle instead of this, but it works. Just something you can improve on. Then we got shears. Again, we haven't used this, but looks like a nice heavy shears. Again, feels really sharp. I'm sure we would use this on different applications. And then a rib spreader. We didn't use that. We have, like I said, these are all skunned and in the cooler cooling already, but that would be nice if you're remote somewhere, like when we go out west or somewhere and we don't have the cooler. This will help cool it down, get the air in there. And then snap back in. Little saw is always handy. Here we have our big bowl saw, the big meat saw, but this would be really good again for remote application or just quick nipping off the legs or cutting the sternum, stuff like that. This would be handy for that. And then I did not open this up, but it looks like there's some little zip ties, some rope. Looks almost like some like rubber banding material, and then some gloves, I assume. We can open that and take a look. But a lot of different things that may not be useful all the time, but could definitely be something in a pinch that you would want to have with you. So this kit would be, I think this kit would be great for going on trips, yeah, I don't know. Not real stretchy, but I mean for tying stuff maybe, or I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the idea on this is, but could definitely come in handy. Then rope is always, I mean, for tying stuff to your pack, the game bags or the quarters or the head. rope is always handy to have along with zip ties. So that's nice that they included that, kind of cool. And then this is going to be a pair of gloves. So I'll leave that in there. But yeah, so that's the kit. It's, like I said, this cutting board clicks down right on top of there. This here I'm sure is meant to, you know, maybe you don't want to keep it in there, but it does keep them from rattling around. Kit closes nice. Latches in. You know, like I said, for going on a hunting trip, it'd be really nice kit to have along. And we will do another review once we get some experience with them and use them. This is our old knives that we always use, just cheap butcher knives, generic. So we don't really have a good set of butcher knives here in the shop. So we'll keep one set in here, use them for all this, and then this set we will probably bring. We leave in a week or a week and a half for Montana. So hopefully this kit's gonna be needed out there and we have some success and we can test it out on the road. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I said when I opened this, I'm like, geez, what do you need that for? But for cutting around that ball joint in the hind quarter, it worked really good in the first one. So Mike is here now, Mike's filming, and we got a little Booney helping. I did the first one on my own, so I'm gonna show Mike how this works and get his input on it and we'll see. But yeah, so far, pretty happy with it, and we'll see how they last. Alrighty, well, we're narrowing down on the finish here of the second deer. We just have a few trimmings left to do, and then we gotta package everything. And so we've used the knives now for 2 deer. And I mean, we're trying to keep the blades clean, and then just using a simple ceramic like this just to, you know, touch them up. We haven't used a sharpener in there just because we're dirty, we didn't dig it out. But as far as the knives go, they've been staying very sharp. With the ceramic stone, they come right back to a nice sharp edge.
They're razor sharp.
They are very sharp. Like I said, I like the handles. We tested out.
I did use the old hatchet.
Yeah, we tested out. That is sharp too.
I was able to just take it and I was slicing steaks with it, and then I kind of scared Boone a little bit. I was chopping meat, right?
So that works for whatever you need to cut with it.
That is very sharp also.
So our initial reaction with we did test. So we tested out all the cutting utensils, short of the scissors and the saw.
Yeah.
So far initial reaction, obviously we'll know once we get using them more. But the knives seem really nice. I like the handles. I really like the handles.
My initial thought on it is they're very nice. I love the handles. I love how sharp they are.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll test out there. After we're done, we'll clean these up, wash them, and then we'll use the sharpener that's included in there to see how that works. We don't really use a whole lot of sharpeners like that. We prefer to just use the ceramic stone to keep a nice edge on them. That's our go-to always.
I use a sharpener similar to that on like my fillet knife.
Okay, yeah, not a fillet knife yet. That's true. But yeah, so far the only complaint I'd have is if this is a T-handle, would make this more user friendly.
Like I said, you had the
I had the gambrel.
The gambrel, and I put this in the neck, and I was carrying it, and yeah, I'm like, we got halfway from the cooler to here, and I'm like, okay, and I'm trying to get my fingers around holding it because yeah, if it was just a hook like that, then
yeah, be a lot more user friendly that way.
And he said, I can see if you're doing stuff here and you know you want to grab, okay, you want to grab the thing, slide it over.
Yeah.
That would come in handy like that. But for like what we used it for today, ultimately, carried it from our walk-in cooler up to where we finished the processing.
I mean, I don't know. We'd have to see, but I think if you did a T-handle and almost had it where it's swiveled, you can grab it and you can turn with your hand like that. I think would be really really helpful. So that would be something I would change, but otherwise the knives so far I'm pretty impressed with the knives. So
yeah.
We got another deer we got to cut. I don't know if that's going to be today or tomorrow, and then hopefully the ball just keeps rolling. We keep knocking them down and keep cutting. So
boom, we got to kill some more deer. We got hot dogs and sausage and everything we want to make.
So far I'm pretty impressed. We'll, like I said, we'll do a follow-up video probably in a couple weeks after we get some experience out west.
Yeah,
and
so we're leaving for Montana. I mean, we got bow hunting, Montana. Then after Montana, we got 2 weeks, and it's the Wisconsin gun season. Then we come back for a week, and we're going for Iowa gun season. And
so hopefully these knives get a good test. You want to eat something? Should we eat this meat?
And fry some meat up.
All right, we're gonna fry this meat up, and we'll see you on the next review.